Hello, I'm Beth Barnes and I'm the Senior Training Officer at the UK charity National Numeracy. In this presentation, I will be exploring how National Numeracy uses a positive psychological model of value, belief and persistence to develop mathematical resilience when working with employers and adult learners. National Numeracy is an independent charity established in 2012 to help raise low levels of numeracy among both adults and children and to promote the importance of everyday math skills. Our vision is for everyone in the UK to get on with numbers so they can get on in life. Our work improves how people understand and work with numbers in everyday life, sparking better opportunities and brighter futures. We aim to challenge negative attitudes, influence public policy, and offer practical ways of helping adults and children improve their numeracy in the community, the workplace, and formal education. We are working towards our aim in two main ways. Firstly, by raising awareness of the poor numeracy levels in the UK. In research conducted by National Numeracy, it was revealed that business leaders significantly undervalued the cost of poor numeracy to the UK economy, estimating a cost of £7 million per week, versus the actual £388 million per week. In a parallel survey of MPs, over 80% underestimated both the scale and cost of poor numeracy. We use our annual campaigns of National Numeracy Day and Number Confidence Week to raise awareness of the numeracy issue in the UK and promote the recognition that everyone can improve. We also encourage people to check and improve their math skills with our free online learning resource, the National Numeracy Challenge, which gives them a space to assess and improve on their numeracy at their own pace. In our work with adults, to support them to develop confidence with numeracy, we use a positive psychological model of value, belief and persistence, developed from the work on mathematical resilience by Claire Lee and Sue Johnston-Wilder. We work directly with learners to help them understand the value of improving their numeracy, believe that they are capable of improving, and understand the importance of persistence in their journey. For each area, I will explain what it means to National Numeracy and give examples of practical activities we use with learners. Value is the motivation to learn, the understanding of why improving numeracy is useful. We help people to understand the practical benefits of improving your numeracy, including helping the children you support, managing your money effectively, making progress in your career, improving your confidence at work, feeling ready to take a maths qualification, understanding statistics in the media, and succeeding in hobbies such as DIY and baking. Many people believe that they don't need maths and do not realise they use maths every day. People often consider maths to be the abstract topics they associated with learning at school, such as algebra and trigonometry. The maths we use in our everyday lives and work can seem quite different from the maths we learned at school. When we work directly with learners, we encourage learners to identify where maths is already used in their everyday life, in their work, and how maths can be pointed out to children. We encourage learners to understand and recognise where they're already using numbers in their everyday life, such as planning journeys, shopping and cooking. Many learners say to us that they don't use maths, and these activities help them to understand and recognise the amount of maths they are already doing in their everyday work and life. One particular activity we use with learners is to ask them to consider a task they regularly do at work and identify all of the maths involved with that task. We work closely with the NHS, particularly with healthcare support workers at the beginning of their career. In this activity, we use the example of working out a patient's BMI and look at how many different aspects of maths are involved, including measuring the height and weight of the patient, converting the units, completing the calculation, interpreting the BMI charts, and making decisions from the information given. Learners are then invited to think of other examples and identify all of the maths involved. In our work outside of healthcare, Examples have included managing staff rotas and monitoring stock levels. These quotes from low-confidence learners show their understanding of value after engaging with national numeracy. The first shows understanding of how maths comes into every aspect of life and gives an example of tiling a bathroom. The other explains how improving her numeracy gave her the confidence to take on a new role of lead apprentice and recognises where maths is involved in the new role. Belief is the understanding, accepting and recognising that everyone can improve their numeracy. It is crucial for learners to be aware that if everyone can improve, then that means they can too. In our work on belief, we support a growth mindset theory of learning developed by Dweck and help learners to recognise that ability is not set in stone and accept that success is the result of hard work and commitment rather than natural ability. When we work with learners, we always begin by asking the question, how do you feel about maths? We encourage learners to identify one word and explore why they feel that way. This is a valuable discussion, as often in our exploration of learners' fears and anxieties towards maths, they talk about childhood experiences in school and their parents' engagement with their maths learning. Similarly, those who say they enjoy or love maths talk about positive educational experiences, supportive parents, and ample opportunities to practice and develop their maths skills. This starts the conversation that our feelings towards maths are affected by our experiences rather than an absence of a maths gene. We use a myth-buster activity to help learners to challenge their own beliefs about maths and see if they are being fair on themselves when they think about maths and their ability. For each statement, we ask learners if they agree or disagree and then facilitate a discussion to help address misconceptions. These are the statements we use with learners. The activity often comes after exploring how participants feel about maths and thinking about the value of improving their numeracy. So often there is immediate agreement to the first statement. Everybody uses maths, whether they think about it or not. The second statement, learning maths as an adult would be just like going back to school, often raises negative experiences from childhood, and it's valuable to discuss the differences when improving your numeracy as an adult. We explain the choices that we have as adults, including choosing to learn, what to learn, and how to learn. It's also valuable to hear from learners who have improved their numeracy as an adult describe their experiences, particularly if they started off feeling anxious towards maths. The third statement, some people are maths people, others are not, usually prompts a lot of discussion. Many anxious learners share feelings of not being a maths person, not having a maths brain, or being born without the maths gene. Others refer to theories such as learning styles and the preference of a right or left brain to explain some people's supposed natural inability towards maths. We use this opportunity to refute these ideas and theories and explain that mathematical ability is not determined at birth, and instead it is our experiences that shape our feelings and ability. With the conversations already had, learners tend to agree with the fourth statement. Many people feel anxious about maths, recognising that they are not alone in their fear and worries. When we look at the fifth statement, you don't need maths if you have a calculator, learners often feel more confident to express their disagreement with the statement, recognising that to use a calculator, you must have a basic understanding of number and operations and be able to recognise if the answer is reasonable. We use this opportunity to remind learners that calculators are valuable tools and can help reduce the pressure those struggling with maths anxiety often feel. The final statement, everyone can improve their maths with effort, usually shows a turning point in the learner's mindset, with nearly all agreeing with the statement and understanding that everyone includes themselves. The final area of our approach is persistence. This is the understanding that it's normal to find things difficult and making mistakes can be expected. We help learners to see that improving their math skills may seem hard, but struggling does not mean that someone can't improve or that they are simply bad at maths. Being persistent means recognising the value of mistakes and continuing to work through the difficulties along the way. We support learners to see that if they struggled with maths at school, it doesn't mean they have to stop there. Learning can happen at any stage of life. We ask learners to think of something other than maths that they have struggled but persevered with. We ask them to explore their feelings, the steps they took to overcome the difficulties, and explain why they didn't give up. We usually give the example of learning to drive, and that it is common for people to fail their test, but continue practicing with more lessons. Once learners have shared their examples, we discuss how learning maths is similar to learning other new skills, like the examples given. It's okay to find it difficult. We will make mistakes along the way and find some things harder than others. But the more we practice, the better we get. And the more we do, the more we can do. When we introduce learners to our online learning resource, the National Numeracy Challenge, we also link persistence to the idea of building a regular habit of improving their numeracy. We discuss the listed tips with learners, reminding them of the value conversations. It's important for them to keep in mind why they want to improve their numeracy and how it will benefit them. We recommend anchoring the new habit to an established routine, such as morning coffee or on the bus home from work. We've designed the National Numeracy Challenge to be used regularly and in bite-sized chunks, and users are sent regular emails to encourage them to practice their maths. We use our value, belief and persistence approach to mathematical resilience across our different programmes. In our Train the Trainer model, CPD accredited programme, Becoming a Numeracy Champion, we train learning and development professionals to act as mentors, to support positive attitudes and encourage people to improve their skills. We teach them the value, belief and persistence model and demonstrate the activities that can be used with learners. After the programme, we support champions to use the approach and activities with low confidence employees in their workplace. We also work directly with learners through a 1-hour attitudinal workshop. The purpose of this session is to give learners the space to explore their feelings and experiences about maths and make them feel more comfortable about having a go at improving their numeracy. We use the value, belief and persistence activities and introduce learners to the National Numeracy Challenge. We also deliver a 1-hour attitudinal workshop to parents and carers with the focus on supporting children to develop a positive attitude towards maths. We use the value, belief and persistence model with a focus on supporting children. We encourage parents and carers to point out maths in the real world so children see its value beyond a school subject. Talk positively about maths to ensure that children believe that we can all be numbers people, and to praise effort rather than talent to help develop a growth mindset in children and the understanding that it is normal to struggle and make mistakes when learning something new. Our model of value, belief and persistence is at the heart of our work with numeracy champions and learners. Thank you for listening.